Welcome to the Legends Guide to defeating Deathbringer Saurfang. The strategy for this fight is to limit the amount of blood power Saurfang gains. The more blood power he gains, the harder he hits. It also affects how many players are debuffed with Mark of the Fallen Champion. I will explain this debuff later on. There are a few abilities he uses that grant him blood power. First, let's talk about the blood beasts. Saurfang summons 5 adds in a semicircle around him every 40 seconds. If a blood beast melees a player, Saurfang gains blood power. So it's important for 2 things to happen. First, right before they spawn, melee needs to stop all AoE attacks, including the tanks. Second, as soon as they spawn, ranged needs to switch to them immediately. The player with aggro needs to kite the add without getting hit. Don't let the adds hit pets or even totems. Use snares, roots, and stuns. We have a warrior using Piercing Howl as soon as they spawn. Our hunter tosses a frost trap up by the boss a few moments before they spawn. Tailors use their nets. Use everything available to you. The blood power Saurfang gains from his adds can be minimized by preventing the blood beasts from hitting anyone. The adds spawn in exactly the same spot every time, so we assign groups of 2 ranged per add. One of those ranged per group is set up as a main tank to facilitate in assisting. Next ability is Boiling Blood. He casts this on a random player. Every tick grants blood power. Abilities like Ice Block and Divine Shield will reduce the amount of blood power Saurfang gains. And finally, Blood Nova. Just like Boiling Blood, he casts this on a random player. But instead of just hitting one player, it does damage to everyone around them. This is why ranged needs to make sure that they are always at least 12 yards away from each other to avoid splash damage. For every person hit by it, Saurfang gains more blood power. Once Saurfang reaches 100 blood power, which he will reach more than a few times during an encounter, he casts Mark of the Fallen Champion on a random player. Once he does, his blood power resets back to 0 and begins building up again. Players affected by this debuff take a good deal of damage, and if they die, Saurfang gets healed for 5% of his health. The amount of damage is based on Saurfang's melee swings, so the damage each player takes increases when he gains blood power. But there's more! Saurfang gains 1 additional blood power for every melee swing for each Mark of the Fallen Champion. What this means is if there are 2 marks up, each swing will grant 3 blood powers instead of 1. As the battle continues, he will gain blood power faster and faster. For this reason, we let the 2 first players die, unless they are a healer. Time is moving, time is now. Saurfang also casts Rune of Blood on the tank with aggro. If a tank gets hit while with this debuff, Saurfang gets healed for 10 times the amount of damage done. So tanks taunt off each other as soon as they get it. We save Bloodlust for 10 to 15%. Usually by then we have at least 3 players with the Mark of the Fallen Champion. This helps us burn him down faster while he's frenzied and helps healers toss out those heals faster. It helps to toss Amplify magic on the whole raid since all the damage is physical. I hope you enjoyed this guide and found it useful.